Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Paterson, back with another video, and I haven't got my hat on this time, which some of you may not have seen. But today we are going to be going ahead and doing some logo critiques, but before I do that, I want to give a little announcement as to what's going on when I come to America. This video is brought to you by FreshBooks. In January 2018, so in like a month's time, I'm going to be in America and I'm going over there to take part in Adobe Live. I'm also going to be doing a speaking engagement in New York and 2 workshops. Now the workshops that I'm doing are based in San Francisco and one of them's based in Denver, Colorado. In San Francisco, I'm going to be doing a logo type workshop where I'm going to be showing you the base fundamentals in person of logo type design, and any questions that you can have, you can ask me. And also I'm going to be showing you from any experience level. So anyone who is looking to start learning logo type, or anyone who knows already how to do it but wants to learn a bit more about my process as to creating a logo type, should come to these workshops. So as I said, there's going to be one in San Francisco, so click the link down below for the good type one. If you can't come to the San Francisco workshop, then come to the Denver, Colorado one. The links are in the description. Make sure you come to one of these workshops. They're really well priced and it's a great afternoon, and there's only 20 participants on these workshops, so you have to be really quick about it because I can't be teaching hundreds of people how to do it. So click those links down in the description below and I'll see you there. Let's get on with this logo critique. So the first one is from Mitsubishi. You say that you like the channel, you get a lot of inspiration from it, thank you very much, and basically you've given me a logo and I'm pretty sure this is for like your college or university. I'm not too sure what it's about. You haven't given me too much information here, but I'm going to choose for you the nice concept that I like. So right here you've gotten the Nitrutsev logo redesign. Keywords: Yutsev, which is celebration. So it's about celebration, culture, literacy, student festival, life spring. So those are the words that you wanted, or the core values even, to get into the logo. So here we've got these sort of like cool different shapes like the ends and the monograms and stuff. Now what we're seeing a lot of in 2017, or at the end, and we'll see more of, is these sort of 3D gradiented logos, which are very nice. I'm pretty sure we'll see a dip in them in 2019, but I really like them. Now the only problem that I have with this is that these 3 at the bottom kind of look like a coffee icon, but I do prefer them as a logo to the top one. So I would maybe change around the bottom one here so we have a bit more of the gradients in the middle at the bottom one here. But what I do like is the simplicity of these logos. Maybe make these actual swerve parts here more larger and maybe a bit more rounder, just because I want it to look as thick as possible for when people are looking at it. But I like them, they're very simple and they work. This next one's from Arno, and he says, I'm an industrial designer trying out some logo design for a company that makes revalidation therapy gear. He'd love to get some feedback because it's not his area of expertise and this helps him a lot. Okay, so let's have a look. So creative therapy. What I do like about this is the icon. I love the icon that you've got there, creative therapy. It kind of looks like you've got a C and a C there, which can make it a bit strange. What I do like is the icon. It works really well. What I do not like is the type here at the bottom. The tracking is way too much. And I don't think the typeface works that well. I think what you really need to get is a thicker typeface, but keep the same smoothness in the typeface. So what am I saying with that? I'm saying basically the typeface that you're using, like the font and stuff, what I would do personally is make it rounder. So use a thicker one, but make it even rounder, and center creative therapy. That would be what I would do. Just what I would do personally. What I do love though is this icon that you've got on at the top. And if you've designed that, it looks very good. It shows someone running, you've got movement in there, and you've got some interest in there. And it works really well. It's very simple, and you've got the shapes correct. I'm really happy with this logo icon at the top. The only other thing I would suggest is to make this head a bit smaller. It kind of looks like he's got a big balloon on his head. So this next one's from Alejandro, and he says, hi Will, my name is Alex. I'm a 24-year-old graphic designer and I'm helping a friend with a business project, a recording studio. Now you've got the M there. Now what I like about this is that you've got kind of the attributes of a recording studio into the logo, and by that I mean you've got the tracks or the channels that you use here. That's what I see anyway. Each one of these lines represents a channel or a frequency band, which is pretty cool. What I would do though is, I know it sounds very cliche, but for the recording studio, I would make this into more of a wave type logo. So creating a waveform with that. Now, something that I wanted to do is create a waveform logo by creating a sound. So see what sound you have to create to make this into more of a waveform. For example, here is my recording thing that I'm recording all my audio on, Adobe Audition, and each one of these is a waveform, and you can try and create a logo out of that looks a bit more simple. But you can see here, you've got all these different waves going on from my sound of my voice. I like the colors that you've chosen. It's nice and orange. It stands out a lot. I like the font that you've used down here at the bottom, or the typeface. It looks really nice. I would maybe choose one that had the same sort of thickness as the logo itself, but the logo itself works really well, and it's very timeless, and it can work for a long time. I would just shove it into an Instagram post. The icon looks great. It'll look great on an app. It would look great on products. It would look great as a favicon. It would look great on a total masthead of the website. So you've done a good job here. This next one is from Marcel, and he says, "Hey Will, hope you're doing well. I've recently worked on a logo for a new barbershop based in Berlin. Here's what I came up with." So first off, I can see that you've got a nice composition here. It's very standing out, very masculine. You've got the actual mustache there. You've got scissors there, which look very nice. And you've got a cool typeface there. Now, the only issue that I have with this logo at the minute is, wow, you've done this whole project really nicely. I like it a lot. But the only issue that I've really got with this is that the actual Berlin Barber that you can see here, it's very, very jaggedy, and I know you've gone for the vintage look here, but you've got to be careful when you're actually giving this to the client. This is so jaggedy that it doesn't look natural. It kind of looks synthetic. And the reason behind that is because the jaggedness has got sharp corners. Now, whenever a vintage designer or someone like me does lettering and puts it into Illustrator, all the lines aren't sharp. All the rough lines are actually very smooth and rounded because it gives off a more vintage, natural, organic feel. So what I would do for this logo is, I love the color choice that you've got going there. It's very masculine. You've got the right color choice for everything that's going on in a barber. What I would do though is I would make it less jaggedy, make it look more finalized, or make it rounder, make the jagged edges look rounder. And you can do that by putting a noise grain or a noise film, a film noise, on your actual work here, and then image tracing it back in, which will make it look a lot better. But I really like it. It looks really good. The logos that I'm critiquing today are really good. What's going on? This next one is from Ivan, and if you're wondering how I'm choosing these, basically there's so many of you that actually give them to me. I'm just randomly selecting them from my inbox. He goes, "Hey Will, I would really appreciate if you can give me your critique on this logo." So it's a chef logo, so it's for a Russian chef. So let's have a little look. So you showed me here what it would look like on a menu, and you've got Rushka Kuharikia. I can't even pronounce that. First things first, you've got to be careful with this logo because I like it. It looks nice. Does it scream chef to me? I don't think so. What I love about this is the relationship between the R and the K that you've got going on here. This works really good. I would like to see it work in a 1:1 aspect ratio instead of a more rectangular one. So I'd like to see it in a proper square, 1:1. I love the typeface that you've got going on here. It looks very nice. I believe it is Futura, but this seems very corporate to me. It seems very high-end and corporate, and I don't know if that's what you're trying to get out of this, or if it's for a Russian chef, like someone who's a Russian chef who is very good at what he does. If he's high-end, then this is good. If not, the colors and the relationships between the serif and the sans serif, like, you know, this display font here, it's not working correctly. I love it how you've got the colors and everything looks united as a family, but the problem is it kind of speaks financial service to me. And that could be the colors, that could just be the way that it's got crimson in it, or the way that it's just laid out. I'm not too sure. What I would do though is stick with serifs if you're going for a serif font, even though this looks really nice, or stick with sans serif. Try and make the icon out of that. I do love the logo here and the fact that you've got the actual missing parts of the eye here and it looks so natural. You've got the space working out correctly as well. It just looks so nice and flowy, but it does not scream chef to me. I would go back to the drawing board with this one and make sure it screams chef from the get-go. Listen to me if it makes sense. If not, and you're saying no, it's for someone who's a really rich chef, then go for it. Okay, so this next one's from Alex, and he's created a logo type, or a logo design and logo type for a medicine distributors and buyers. It's like a company. It's the center between the distributors and the buyers for this. I'm gonna have a quick look, and basically basically did it in a contest. I don't condone contests. I mean, it can help you with critiques, but I don't condone it. So this one here we've got going on. Now this looks like a pill. Very nicely done. You've got the actual center line into the pill. What is kind of strange to me is that you've got the pill at a weird angle so it doesn't look like a pill maybe to other people. People can't see this as a medicine logo. Now what would have changed this is that if you kept the icon but got rid of these little I don't know what they are, these little circles inside the medicine, if you got rid of those and just had them the one color, and if you change the typeface to a bit more, I'm just throwing this one out, but like Futura, if you change it to Futura, it would be a lot better and a lot more cleaner. Maybe look at the NHS logo and see how that works, or Medicaid, or any other medical insurance or medical company. Look at the typography that they use, because that means a lot. And because it's a medicine you're working with, or a medicine company that you're working with, you've got to be careful at how it would look. So I like the icon idea. I would just maybe make it a bit simpler, get rid of these sharp edges, make sure they're all not sharp, but also get rid of these little circles here and use a nicer font or typeface, sort of like Brandon Grotesque or something like that. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and a huge shout out to FreshBooks for sponsoring this video. FreshBooks is a website that I use to sort out all my invoices and expenses. If you're like me and you do design work, then FreshBooks is the invoice platform to be on, because it's so easy to actually get paid from your clients. It's easy to create an invoice, it's easy to manage your expenses, it records your expenses from PayPal and like Stripe and everything else, that when they take a fee off you, and you also get paid a bit faster when you're on there as well, because it's easier for the client, and you can tell if someone's viewed your invoice. If you'd like to get 30 days free of FreshBooks, then click the link down below and let them know that I sent you over there. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon.